up, World Warrior Team? Back at it again. Welcome to the episode. Today we're talking about something a little different. Everybody who grew up with an NES has those games they played over and over again. And then there are those classes we somehow never touch. For me, these 5 NES titles are considered legendary, but they slipped right past me. Let's talk about what made them popular, why they stood out, and why I missed them. I had a vast collection of Nintendo games, and I see these videos where people playing a lot of games that I haven't played before, and they're super popular. And I was like, why the fuck didn't I play this game? Why didn't I play this game? And just gonna explain that. So there's several games that you'd be surprised that I never played. Like I said, I played a lot of these Nintendo games, but these are some that I just missed. And I ended up watching full gameplays of these games on YouTube. First up, DuckTales. Released in 1989, this Capcom classic lets you play as Scrooge McDuck bouncing on his cane through levels inspired by the cartoon. It's famous for tight platforming, colorful levels, and one of the most iconic NES soundtracks ever. The Moon theme still gets remixed today. But me, somehow I missed it. Maybe because my collection leaned more towards Mario and Mega Man, but DuckTales was a hole in my library. I didn't play this at all. And the funny thing is, I liked the DuckTales cartoon. I was a big fan of Scrooge McDuck, Huey, Dewey, and Louie, and all of that shit. Not ponytails or cowpin tails, no DuckTales, woo! And somehow I never play this game. It's kind of weird, to tell you the truth, especially because I played a lot of themed Disney games, so it made no sense for me not to play this game. And watching people play it, it's a fucking fun game. It looked like a type of game that I would play. A lot of jumping and jumping on enemies and shit like that. I just missed it, which is fucking weird. I have no clue how I missed this game. Then there's Ghosts and Goblins, known as one of the hardest NES games ever made. You play as Arthur the Knight, battling demons and zombies. One hit knocks your armor off. The second hit kills you. And just when you think you've beaten it, the game trolls you, and you have to play the whole thing again to get the real ending. Maybe that's why I never played it. I like a challenge, but Ghosts and Goblins was more like a punishment disguised as fun. I've seen people play this in real life when I was a little kid, but I never played it. It was super hard from what I've seen online. I just wasn't into this game at all. I knew about it, but I just wasn't into playing it. I didn't want to play it for some reason. I don't even think I would want to play it today, to tell you the truth. It doesn't look fun to me. Like, you have the glitchiness of the game and the way you get hit, and then when I found out that you have to beat the fucking game twice to see the ending, I was all out. So that's probably the main reason why I didn't play that game, because it was so hard and it just didn't look interesting to me. Next up is Castlevania II: Simon's Quest. The sequel to the original Castlevania took a big swing. It wasn't just action, it mixed in R&B elements, day and night cycles, and exploration. It was ambitious, but also confusing. The game gave you cryptic hints that barely made sense, forcing players to rely on trial by error or Nintendo power. I love Castlevania, but the sequel skipped right past me, maybe because of that reputation. Still, it's remembered for paving the way for future Metroidvania-style games. So I know exactly why I skipped this game. That shit wasn't fun. It didn't even look fun. I love the first Castlevania. I beat it. I played it over and over again. And I played Castlevania 3. I just skipped all over this game. I did not want to play this game. It looked fucking stupid. It wasn't in the same style as the first Castlevania, which turned me off. Even watching it today, watching somebody beat it, I would have never played this fucking game. It's not fun. It doesn't look fun to me at all. I was not intrigued by it at all, and that's definitely the main reason why I didn't play Castlevania 2. But Castlevania 3 is one of my favorite Nintendo games of all time. I love the way you change characters. I love everything about Castlevania 3. Castlevania 2, not so much. Now here's a big one, Metroid. The original 1986 game that introduced Samus Aran, one of the most important characters in gaming. Maybe because she was a girl. It was dark, atmospheric, and non-linear. You didn't just go left or right. You explored, backtracked, and unlocked new areas with upgrades. I somehow missed this one completely, even though it basically birthed an entire game genre. Looking back, skipping Metroid feels like skipping a chapter in gaming history. I definitely missed this game. There was no reason for me to miss this game, and it was way ahead of its time in the way that you can go back in levels and shit like that. A lot of games wasn't doing that at the time, especially because this game came out in 1986. It looked super hard, which is probably one of the main reasons why I didn't play it. I remember Captain N, the Game Master, had Mother Brain on. I was like, what the fuck is Mother Brain? I didn't even know what Mother Brain was because I never played Metroid.
Blow at the heart of Videoland. I've got a job for you.
And I ended up watching somebody beat the game. It looked like a super hard game. I don't think I would have been able to grasp it at the time that it came out. I would have been frustrated with the game, and I probably would have never beat it. So that was probably another reason why I never beat it, but it was still an awesome game. I just missed it. Finally, Ninja Turtles 3, The Manhattan Project. Everyone remembers the original Ninja Turtles for its brutal difficulty, and Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game, for its co-op action. But this third game, a lot of fans say it was the best of the bunch. Exclusive to the NES, with improved combat, new moves, and levels set all in New York. I love the Turtles. By the time this came out in '92, I'd already moved on to the Super Nintendo, which means I totally missed out on what might have been one of the best beat 'em ups on the system. I definitely didn't play Ninja Turtles 3. I like Part 1 because it was the first game and it was coming off the cartoon. And I love Part 2. I played the shit out of Part 2. Like I said, I just moved on to Super Nintendo by the time Part 3 came out, and I never played it. I never laid a finger on this game. And watching people play it online, it looked like a real fun game. But it reminded me of Ninja Turtles 2. It was definitely an upgrade over 2 from what I saw, but it was pretty much the same game, which is probably a good reason why I didn't play it. So, and like I said, I was already on the Super Nintendo, so I wasn't going back when this came out. So I totally don't know why I missed it. It's not even on Switch. None of the Ninja Turtle games is on the Switch for some reason, but maybe they'll put it on there one day. But I probably will never go back to this game. I try to go back to old game, and it's not the same. So there you have it. DuckTales, Ghosts and Goblins, Castlevania II, Metroid, and Ninja Turtles 3. 5 popular NES games I never played, but all of them left a huge mark in gaming history. Sometimes the classics slip past you. That's the beauty of retro gaming. There's always something new to discover, even decades later. So I got the Switch, and it has a nice little library of Nintendo games. There's several games that I never beat on Nintendo, and there's actually quite a few games that I never played that are on there from Nintendo too. So I've been playing those every now and then. It's kind of fun. The graphics definitely don't stand up. I'm not a big fan of going that far back, but I do play some of the older games. But none of these games are actually on the Switch, which sucks. I would love to play Ghosts and Goblins on Switch, or Ninja Turtle 3, or DuckTales. Not so much Castlevania 2. But none of those games are on the Switch, and I'm not buying that little Nintendo mini shit. I'm not that into retro gaming like that, but sometimes you miss the good ones, and I missed 5 good ones. So that's it. So here's the question. What's a popular NES game that you never played? Drop it in the comments, because I guarantee we all got at least one. That's gonna do it for the video. Thank you guys for watching. You can go on anybody else's channel, and you decided to watch mine, so I appreciate that. There's only 24 hours in a day, and you gave me a couple minutes of your time. Hope I didn't waste it. Time is valuable. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, share, and all that good stuff. That's it. Have a good one. I'll get at you guys on the next one. Later.